What is going on, everybody? BobbyFi here, flying solo today because Sheets is out. I'm going to do a really quick breakdown of this slate. I'm going to ask you please to like and subscribe, all that stuff. Been doing, really well other than the one day a couple days ago. I had another really good night last night, but it's going to be a lot about late swapping today and things like that because I really think the way you play this slate is to try and focus on the guys in the later, excuse me, the later games. I really like the Houston Sacramento game, especially. I don't think that's going to be especially off the board. I think Memphis is. I don't know why they're only a 2-point favorite against Dallas, but even on a back-to-back, I like Memphis. I like Ja. I like those guys. But my priority plays, I'm just going to run through real quick, and then I'm going to mention other guys I'm interested in. Now, I have a lot of priorities today because there's a lot of good plays on this slate. But I'm going to try to mix them in. I will have a lot of shares of all these guys. So one is Cole Anthony, Christian Wood, Harrison Barnes, Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, obviously everybody from that game. Joel Embiid, I think, is a great play, and I don't think he's going to get much ownership. Jordan Poole, one of Steph or Wiggins are fine, but I actually think I prefer Poole a little bit. I like Jason Tatum's price, and I think he's got a chance to absolutely just smash, and he's not going to be particularly high owned. One of Jalen Green, or maybe two of them, one of Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, Jashawn Tate, Kevin Porter Jr., along with Wood in a game stack, I think makes sense. If I had to prioritize those guys, I guess I'd pick Jalen Green at the moment. But because of position eligibility, maybe you could go Eric Gordon. I don't think he's going to make all of his shots like he did last time out, but I think he's reasonable. And Kevin Porter Jr., we see the up and down with him, but he definitely has a ceiling as well. And so does Jashawn Tate as well. So with Sengun back, it could hurt, if assuming that he is back, it could hurt Kevin Porter. I'm sorry, it could hurt all those guys a little bit, including Christian Wood. Just they could spread those minutes around a little bit more, which they've done at times. Other guys who I'm considering, Mo Bamba, whether he's in or if he's in, I'm kind of interested. If Rolo is in, if he's out, I like Rolo and maybe a little bit of Okiki. Juan Toscano Anderson, DeAndre Hunter. I think I don't know if I mentioned that one. Isaiah Stewart, Cade Cunningham. One of the three bowls should have a big game, but I probably will not prioritize it on this slate, or I guess just to say one of the four: Vooch, Alonzo, DDR, or Levine. I think I kind of prefer Levine for this matchup. DeJounte Murray, again, might get a little bit overlooked. Derek White is going to be out, and his price is a little up, but we've seen him just put up these monster games over and over again. So those are the guys I'm prioritizing. I do think it's a very important slate to try to backload. But at the same time, I like players in this Orlando-Charlotte game, especially on the Orlando side. I do think you could run it back with Melo, but we really haven't seen that ceiling with everybody healthy at all. So I think it's still, we will at some point, but that's just something worth considering. In terms of semi-mini game stacks, maybe Embiid and Tatum stand out. All of Houston and Sacramento, literally every player on both those teams, and there's going to be two guys from each team, in my opinion, that go nuts. Dallas and Memphis, you could do a Luka, Ja, even though again point guard is pretty valuable tonight. You could Jaren Jackson Jr., who's been really, really good without Steven Adams. Now we don't know if Steven Adams will play if that continues past lock. You could get a very, very low owned Jaren Jackson Jr., who could be just an awesome play against the Dallas front court that I don't really trust, although Dallas's defense has been better this year. So those are sort of my game stacks. That's sort of who I'm prioritizing. Once again, Embiid, basically all of the Rockets and all of the Kings. And again, you get to wait it out. Cole Anthony, DeAndre Hunter, for value, Isaiah Stewart. We're going to probably get better value than these guys, but Hunter and Toscano Anderson both stand out to me as really good values early in the day. But my guess is by the time the slate's locked, we're probably going to have some other options. So those are the guys I'm prioritizing for right now. I do think getting Isaiah Stewart on the way back in as he starts to ramp up his minutes is interesting. I also, I didn't mention one, Plumlee or PJ Washington. I think I would lean PJ Washington, but that's another good one to use. And maybe you could use him with a couple of the Orlando guys if we do, like Cole Anthony and Lopez if Bamba's out. Potentially Cole Anthony and Bamba, but I prefer Cole Anthony better if Bamba is out again. Anyway, that's just sort of a rundown of what my first looks are. I'm going to post all my early builds on the site. I'm going to be live with you guys at 6 Eastern. And let's crush it today, guys. Let's make some money. Good luck, everybody.